How's it going, guys? My name's Evan, and welcome to episode 12 of Bro, It Was Suited. Hopping into some 1-3 no limit here at Horseshoe Casino, and let's get into it. One of the first hands we get dealt is Queen Jack offsuit and the low jack. I go ahead and make it 10 to go, and we get 3 callers. We see a flop 4 ways that comes jack high. When it gets checked to me, getting a feel for the table here, I bet pretty small to $10, and I get 2 callers. We see a fantastic turn card of an offsuit queen, giving us top 2. Weirdly enough though, the small blind leads out here for $20 this time. I go ahead and make the call and everyone else folds. The river comes a 5, pairing the bottom card. This shouldn't change much because I don't see him betting the turn with a 5 in his hand. This time he leads again for $60. I just snap call and we're good. He ended up mucking his hand. Looking back, I really should have raised this spot, but I've just been playing kind of passively recently and it's definitely something I need to work on. So if I can give you any advice, if you get 3-bet by a fish, just fold. So I'm in the small blind here with king queen offsuit. Couple limps to me, I make it 10 to go, and now the big blind 3-bets me to $30. I can almost guarantee you he's never doing this with worse than ace king, which has us dominated. So for that reason, I fold, and he does end up showing pocket aces. Not to worry though, because an orbit later, we look down at pocket jacks in the cutoff. 1 limp to me, I make it 10 to go. Looking back, I would have preferred to make it 15, but we get 4 callers and we see a flop 5 ways that comes queen 3-3. It checks to the under the gun player who now bets $6. For that price, I'm just not folding, especially since the pot's $50. So I make the call and one other player calls. The turn comes the best card in the deck. It's a jack, giving us a boat. The under the gun player now leads out for $12 this time. It's time to build a pot, so I go ahead and raise it up to $35. It folds back to him, and now he 3-bets me to $75. What an absolute dream spot. There's no way he has pocket queens because he limped pre-flop, so I'm putting him on some type of holding with a 3 in it. He only has about $60 in his stack, so after I Hollywood for a bit, I just go ahead and put him all in, and without too much thought, he makes the call. We see a river of an ace, and he ends up showing 3-5 suited, so we take this one down and win a nice pot. Here we pick up ace queen in middle position. I raise it up to $15 and we get 3 callers. We see a flop 4 ways that comes ace 2-3 with 2 diamonds. When it gets checked to me, I like to bet here for $20 and we get 1 call. We see a turn card of a 5 of diamonds. When he checks it to me, I should have bet here, but I was playing a little too passive and I checked it back. The river comes another 3, and now he leads out this time for $20. With the possible flush out there and the one-liner to the straight, I like to just make the call and we're good. He ended up having ace 8. Here we pick up ace king under the gun. We make it 15 to go and get 1 call from middle position. We see a flop heads up that comes 10 high. I think a bet is good here too, but I decide to check and he checks it back. The turn comes a queen. I check it to him and now he bets $25. With 2 overs and a gut shot to Broadway, I decide to peel one. The river comes a 3rd club, no help to me. When I check it to him, he now bets $60 and I just make the fold here. So this is an interesting one. It's a multi-way limped pot. I'm on the button with jack 7 of hearts. The flop comes down 10-10-7 and it checks all the way to me. I bet $6 and I get 1 call. We see a turn card heads up that comes another 7. She checks it to me, and I decided to check it back. The river comes what I thought was a blank, and now she leads out for $25. It's a pretty decent bet in relation to the pot, and I just feel like the way she played it, it would make sense that she has a 10, and I just don't see what else she'd be betting for value, so it's really just a matter of is she bluffing or not, and I don't think she is. So I make a very nitpicky fold, and she ends up showing the king high flush. So I don't know what I did, but on to the next one. We lose a small pot with pocket 8s and then ace queen before picking up the best hand in poker, pocket aces, or as I like to call them, Air Force 1s. That's because whether you have these or these, someone's getting their money taken. Anyways, back to the hand. We make it 15 to go under the gun. We get a call from middle position, and we get some fantastic news. The big blind goes all in, except he only has $35 in his stack. Anywho, this does reopen the action, and I thought about flatting, but in reality, I don't want to give the middle position player a cheap price to see the flop, so I go ahead and raise it again to $75, and he ends up folding. So we're heads up and he's all in. The board comes out king high, the turn's another king, which is a little scary, and the river's a 7. I show my aces, and he mucks. So last two quick hands a note, we get jacking off back to back. This time we're in the cutoff and make it 10 to go. We get one call and see a flop heads up that comes ace queen 6. We whiff, but if I've learned anything from poker, I have the absolute range advantage here. So I bet kind of big to $20, and after some thought, he ends up folding, so got the result we wanted there. And then here in the hijack, we get jacking off again. I make it 10 to go and get a call from the big blind. We see a flop heads up that comes jack high. I bet $15 here, and unfortunately she folds, and after this I decided to rack up. So we were in for 300, out for 574, for a profit of 274 over about 2 hours. This brings our 12 episode total to 1361. Pretty happy with that. Just wanted to say a huge thanks for all the support on my recent videos. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.